Good evening and welcome to Back to School Night. I'm Kevin Fox and this is World History 1 class. This is my 14th year teaching with Fairfax County Public Schools and my 11th year overall at Woodson. I also coach the girls freshman basketball team, and we'll run through everything that you need to know for the World History 1 class tonight in this video, and I look forward to working with your students this year. Our main goals in World History 1 class is, of course, the successful completion of the course for all of our students. We want all of our students to have a passing score on the World History 1 SOL. That may or may not happen this year. Last year, the SOL was replaced with the project-based assessment. It was a long-term project that students worked on and were able to earn SOL credit, and that might be back again this year. So as soon as we know, we'll let you know. And we want our students to develop an appreciation for the study of history. In our course, we cover 5 main historical areas. We start with prehistory, the time of the cavemen, as our students call them, and we'll move all the way to the Renaissance, to right about the time Columbus sailed the ocean blue. So we're covering thousands of years of history, so we do go at a pretty quick pace, but we cover civilizations from all around the world. Not only do we study history in our class, we also want our students to develop skills in reading. We'll see that with reading comprehension in the form of reading reviews, as well as looking at primary sources and analyzing them. We want our students to become better writers. And we'll be working on writing throughout the year, and of course we know that's a process, and we'll get better as we go along. We'll also work on oral communication and critical thinking. We'll also study geography. At the beginning of each unit, students will be given a map to work on so that they understand the region that we're going to be looking at. We'll see some literature. Coming up, we'll have the Epic of Gilgamesh that the students will take a look at. We'll even get into some economics and look at art of all the different civilizations that we cover. Attendance is taken at the start of each class period, and we do our best to update it throughout the class period should a student come in late. If a student misses class, they should check Schoology for their notes and assignments. There will be a folder posted for each day of class that is in a particular unit. But students can also send me an email or drop by the classroom the following day to acquire their assignments. Students can use their learning seminar to flip-flop into our class to make up any assignments or tests. But we can also accommodate students after school so long as they plan to meet with us ahead of time. Since we know the students in World History 1 are freshmen, they're coming from middle school, we try to provide as much structure as possible in our class. Most classes will begin with a warm-up. Students will look at a map of a region that we're going to cover in our notes, or they might look at a primary source so they get some insight in what these people were like. From there, we'll move into class notes. Students will be given fill-in-the-blank notes to keep up with our notes as we go along. After that, students will have a classwork assignment. This could be a variety of different types of assignments. It could be a more in-depth primary source analysis. It could be creating a poster, a comic. It could be a creative writing exercise. We even throw in some poetry. We'll work on developing formal essays, and we might even have our classes debate a certain topic. Most of these assignments will be graded. Students will start in class, and we do our best to give them as much time as possible to finish in class. But if a student doesn't finish, they are expected to finish the assignment at home. We also give students a reading review at the end of each class. Students will be expected to read a section of the textbook. These reading reviews are like guided reading questions. They are not graded, but the content will be seen on our unit tests. If they complete their reading review, they will be able to use it as open notes on their tests. Our Schoology is broken down by unit. Each unit is broken down into individual class periods. We have everything organized by date. At the beginning of each unit, we will post an outline in the unit folder, and that will give you an idea of what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, along with when our unit test will be. Obviously, these will be subject to change, but it should give everyone a pretty good idea of how long this unit will be and when the test will be. Students will also need to be able to access their online textbook. We worked with students the first week of school in making sure they could get onto the textbook. If they're not on yet, directions for the online textbook have been posted on Schoology, and if they need further help, they should send me an email or make it a point to drop by so I can help them set it up on their computer. Our syllabus is located on the main page of our Schoology class. Some of the things of note in our syllabus is our grading system. We've broken it up into two areas. The first is process, which is worth 60% of their grade, and that's going to be their daily classwork assignments. We also have summative, which is 40% of their grade. Those are tests, quizzes, and major projects that take multiple class periods to complete. As I said earlier, students will be able to use their reading reviews on their unit test to help them out should they complete it. We have a 2-week window that students can turn in late work after the due date, where they will not be penalized for it. After that 2-week window, there is a 10% maximum penalty for late work. But at the end of the day, we want the assignments done by the end of the quarter if they're late. But it's going to help them the most if they have the assignments done by the end of that unit so they're well prepared for their unit test. Speaking of unit tests, students will have the ability to do a retake if they score under an 80% on the unit test. They'll need to meet with me, plan a time to do the retake, and take some corrective action in order to do the retake. And on this retake, they'll be able to earn up to an 80%. Finally, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at kgfox@fcps.edu and allow 24 to 48 hours for me to reply to your email. I look forward to working with your students throughout the year and looking forward to having a successful school year. Thank you very much for your time.